Good evening. This is Jack Jogan, along with my broadcast partner, longtime broadcast partner. I haven't been in the booth with my friend Sean Moriarty. We're here tonight for the Southbridge versus Bartlett alumni game of 2021 on November 24th, 2021, here at Harry J. McMahon Field. Sean, welcome to the evening's broadcast.
Nice to see you again, Jack. And we're here. It's a bit chilly. It's about 36 degrees here as we get set for game time at Harry J. McMahon. And we've got a good-sized crew here for both Southbridge and Bartlett, both the football players, but also even, a couple dozen on for the Southbridge High cheerleaders that are all kind of in that alumni group as well. All these players are 30 or under, so it's an interesting setup for us.
Yeah, and this was, I think, brought on by Garrett Lazo, a recent graduate of Southbridge High School, I believe. Wanted to bring some tradition back to here at the field. Pre-Thanksgiving game. Of course, tomorrow is the big Thanksgiving Southbridge Bartlett game to be played tomorrow at the Webster home field.
Right, and for Garrett, he's part of the class of 2019, which is the last time that you had a football game. That group is that last group that actually got to play a Thanksgiving football game, because last year, obviously, with COVID, there was no such thing going on. So it's been a while since this 100-plus-year-old tradition has been able to really be fulfilled, and I'm expecting that even though this is a flag football game, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a physical flag football game.
No doubt, given the history that we have between Southbridge and Bartlett, and I got to say, Garrett did a fabulous job putting this together. I mean, you look out in the field, not only is it football players, but he's got both Bartlett and Southbridge cheerleaders, and I saw on the back the Southbridge band getting ready.
Yeah, it's really speaks tremendously for both what Garrett was trying to do in a short amount of time to put this together, but the spirit and the tradition that both of these towns, these schools feel and have for this game, and what this means to those communities. And so that is why you've got people that are coming out here on a 30-some-odd degree night, stretching all day. Some of these guys probably took the day off of work. The big difference here, of course, just you're running in and you're feeling a little bit lighter. You don't have the pads and the helmets on. But all the same, I'm sure the adrenaline's going to start pumping for a lot of these guys, especially like right now we can see the Bartlett players from where we're at, and they're jumping around, getting themselves hyped up. And I'm sure the Southbridge guys, who we don't quite see from our vantage point, I'm sure they're doing the same sort of thing. They just ran through the Bartlett side, ran through their banner, and they're running through onto the field. And again, Bartlett's won the last 3 times that these two teams have played on Thanksgiving, but Southbridge has the edge overall in the last decade. And Southbridge is getting ready now. You can see Garrett, who put it together, looks like he's coming in wielding an axe, getting ready to roll. So.
And knowing a lot of these players, I think they would love to have their pads on and their helmets and play some smash mouth football tonight.
I'm sure, and they're still young enough that they think they can.
There's no doubt. I'm sure that they think they can. And,
let's get fired up!
Nights like this we talk about. Nights like this we talk about. No matter where you went, no matter how many years you've been gone, we always bleed that red. Always. You already know how it is. You already know. Let's get this weekend popping running. I said, huh? Let's go. It starts tonight. Each and every one of you. Don't do it for him! Don't do it for him! Do it for this red, this blood! Do it for this bridge! Tonight is your night! Let's do it!
Let's go, fellas.
Let's get it! Hey now, Red! Hey now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! They're not ready for it.
Hell no.
They're not ready for it, but from the first whistle to the last. What time is it? Game time! Well, all my brothers is bringing together. You know how it is. You know how it is. We a fam, man. Ride together. We a fam. All day, every day. Pioneer Pride on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pioneer Pride! Let's go, baby.
Let's go! Let's get fired up! Let's get fired
up! We'll just have to add, even though we're going to recall this game, it's going to be we're at a disadvantage because some players are playing double numbers. We haven't seen these players play in a while, so we may have some numbers wrong, but we'll try to do the best to bring you the action.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Obviously, we do have some guys who are still wearing their old uniform numbers from when they're in high school. So we've got, several guys wearing number 10, several guys now wearing number 12, whatever it might be. The one advantage we do have, I guess, is that because they're not wearing helmets, that might help a little bit in terms of being able to figure out that, when we're looking down there, I can see Lucas cancel, and I don't really need to see his number anymore because I can tell by the beard and the hair that that's Lucas as an example.
Yeah.
Some of these guys make it easy. Poppy Miranda down there with his dreads. So some of those make it easy, whether or not their numbers are the same or not.
Yeah. So the captains are at midfield for the coin toss and Garrett put together and some referees. So we're really going to have the yellow fly in tonight too, I'm sure. We're looking forward to a good game, I think.
We are, and one thing that will be interesting for us to watch too is because we've got these guys who have been playing for what is essentially an entire generation that kind of lapses over several years. I mean, you've got essentially kind of four sets of teams, if you will, in a way, because you've had 3 or 4 of those teams over time with quarterbacks and other positions. And so on this team alone, you've got 3-4 guys who were starting quarterbacks for the Southbridge Pioneers. And so for these guys to kind of figure out their playing time and who's going to play where and some of that sort of thing should be interesting. And again, especially based on the age, where I'm sure all these guys still feel that they're capable of going out there and throwing the ball 40 yards downfield, even if their arm might tell them otherwise.
Yeah, and I wonder how some of them are going to feel tomorrow morning after not playing for a while or not. Maybe exercising a little bit, but a lot of them look like they're in good shape. So they brought the fitness.
Yeah, that's one big difference from when they did this on the high school end of it is they still had that 4-day break before they were back in school, whereas now with tomorrow being Thanksgiving, they'll have that day off. But some of these guys are going to have to go back to work on Friday. Some of them might even have to go back to work tomorrow on Thanksgiving, but they're working Friday. They don't get that 4-day rest and recovery that they used to get before they would go back to class. Now they're right back at it.
Playing quarterback, I think is, I believe that's Danny Santos, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure, and I'm not sure who's playing running back.
Yeah, we don't see the
We don't
numbers.
have our spotter tonight, Sean.
Well, that and the front of the jersey doesn't have a number, so.
But Southbridge's line is pretty beefy, though, so they got a good sized line. Number 14 is the quarterback. Heads out left. And it does it. Oh, it's dropped by middle. Looked like it might have went to a lineman, though.
Yeah, so under center there is number 14, which is Tyler Ramsey, who's one of the older guys on this team.
Class of 2009, quite a quarterback in his day. Coming into the game is number 52 for the line, Charles Lopez. And again, that line, it looks like a good-sized line. I think I need to see number 72, which is Angel Rosario, he was quite the lineman back in his day. So we got 4 wides. Ramsey goes back. It's a quick toss.
He's still scrambling, still going.
Looks like he's going.
That's the other part that's going to be a little tough for us is because you've got the flags, it's not always clear when they get him as opposed to with a tackle, which becomes a lot clearer.
Looks like a good gain of 5 there. So 3rd down and 5 on their first drive for Southbridge. So big first 3rd down move going here. See how it goes. Southbridge is running that spread offense right now. It's going 5 wide.
Yeah.
So looks like Tyler
Nobody
Ramsey
in the backfield.
goes back. Nobody there. He scrambles. Looks like he might have enough room for the first down. Back in the
Sure
days.
does.
There he goes. Oh, he's out at the 41-yard line.
Looks like they're actually going to spot him at the 45 based on where they've...
That's a generous spot because
Yeah.
I thought I saw his foot go out there at the 41. But
Yeah.
Good scramble.
So Ramsey with a big rush. That was a good 12 to 15-yard run.
on a 3rd and 5, so that was
Right.
a good run. So, and coaching Southbridge is Eddie Torres, I believe, is on the sideline coaching the Southbridge Pioneers. So we got a 1st and 10 here at the 45.
You got Josh McNeil wide out on our side here.
Ramsey goes back. Oh, he can still throw the ball. Wow. Oh! Wow. Well, Tyler can still spin that ball.
Yeah, that was a solid. I'm trying to do the math real quick. That was about a 40-yard throw. I mean,
In the
that
air.
was about the 15-yard line is where that pass was broken up.
Yeah. And I think that receiver had him beat, too. Put it right in the breadbasket, that's for sure.
Especially with Southbridge's history of being such a run-heavy team over the years. So 3 out of 4 plays so far. The passing game, a deep pass there. Going to
Yeah.
pass again.
Oh, nice right over the middle, right to his brother, Josh. Oh, he's still on his feet. There he goes, and he's down at the 34-yard line, looks like. I'm going to guess. So the McNeil brothers, back in the day, were quite the tandem, I think.
And Josh had a lot of time where he could play a lot of positions. He was under center for a while. He played a lot of different spots. Trying to remember, he may or may not have missed his senior Thanksgiving game with a forearm injury. I don't remember if he missed that game or if he healed up in time. But I remember he was in a cast for a while there at that point.
And I remember back in that day, a lot like right now, where the numbers were low for the players, and a lot of them were playing 2 ways. And on that Thanksgiving game, they gave it their all on that game. So we had Gilead sprinting in, but he's back out.
You got Poppy Miranda in the backfield with Ramsey.
So we got 3 wide. We
There's
got
a
a
flag
flag
here.
on the field. Penalty against Southbridge. See what it is.
I think he might have took a little too long to run that play. That'll be a 5-yard
5 yards.
penalty. Give him a
So
swing.
delay a game
Delay of
by
game.
Southbridge. So, and you saw Gilead. There was a little mix up there on who was coming in and who was coming off. Gotta tell you, that Southbridge line is holding up, though.
They are.
Ramsey drops back.
You know?
This time
Oh,
they're
they got
going to be a
somebody-
pressure.
He's just out of the pocket.
Nice little pass. Oh, it's dropped. It was right in the hands of, not sure who that was.
You had Jared Kirkland there for Bartlett, class of 2012, who was in rushing on Tyler Ramsey and really put him into a difficult spot.
Right. And just as I said, the Southbridge line was holding up. I give them the jinx there.
Murphy's
so.
Law kicks in.
So we'll see what Southbridge goes here with 2nd and 15, I believe. So a little bit of work here for Southbridge at the Bartlett 40. So Ramsey takes it. Got somebody into the left. He scrambles. Looks like. Oh, he's good. He's dodging. And he's got somebody open in the middle of the field. It's number 20. And that 20 is down at the 18-yard line.
About there. It looks like Jordan Torres was the receiver. And I'll tell you, this is one thing where it's a good thing that it's flagged, because if this was tackle, you would have just seen Tyler take an awful big blindside hit.
Oh, yeah. And he had quite the time to scramble and pick up the pass, and they're fortunate that they didn't have a legal man downfield because of all the time they had, because it looked like he was ready to take off.
Yeah, he was definitely looking like he was looking for a seam. That closed up, though, on that right-hand side, and eventually he has to dump it out, and fortunately finds Jordan Torres, and he was able to pick up another 7 or 8 yards after the catch.
So it looks like Southbridge is coming out at maybe the 13, it looks like, on a 1st and 10 on their first drive. Quite an impressive drive going so far, Sean. So you still have Ramsey quarterbacking. Quick pass. Number 12 to his brother. That was a quick pass out to the right flank.
Yeah, over to Josh McNeil.
So I think it's going to bring it up 2nd and maybe we'll call it 6 here, Sean?
Yeah, if he was at the 13, it's
these old eyes, it's tough to see out in that field with the transition, reading glasses and everything. So in the backfield, I think that's what, number 23 with McNeil or Ramsey. Ramsey scrambles to the right. It looks like he has some room. Looks like
and a flag going in.
So I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be. It could be.
Yeah, another flag came out there afterwards.
It looked like they're almost ready to do some tackling.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some tackling tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I think
tonight,
for a flag football game, it's going to be pretty physical, I'm sure.
I'm sure you know how history goes. It gets a little chippy as the game goes on, so I'm sure it's going to get chippy out there.
I haven't seen any indication from officials as yet as to what the infractions were.
Well, they threw the flag, but
they threw one, and then as they were coming off, they threw a second.
Yeah.
Either
I'm not
way,
sure what the down is because they haven't moved the markers, and it looks like they're at the 2-yard line, maybe. So Ramsey takes it, sprints out to the right. Looks like he's going to go. He's going to make it. Nice block.
he's in.
So Southbridge, Ramsey with the touchdown. Great, impressive first drive by the Southbridge Pioneers to take an early lead. And the stands are starting to fill up there, Sean. It looks like a great crowd out there tonight.
It is. As the game has started, there is a pretty good-sized group here, especially considering it's an alumni game. It's something that's put together in relatively short order. And so you've got predominantly, I think, Southbridge folks, but I do see a few green jackets out here as well. So it's good to see people coming out on a cold night, especially with so many people otherwise traveling and so forth.
So Southbridge is going to go for the 2 because I don't think they're kicking tonight. So I think it's all go for 2.
Not only that, but with flag, it's a little harder to stop the guy. So
Right.
which I think is where you're going to see a lot more of those keeps and.
So we have 5 receivers out. Ramsey speaks, quick pass to the front. Looks like
he's got it.
Not sure. I think it might have been to. Can't tell. It looks like Josh, right?
Yeah, it looks like Josh McNeil's got the ball.
Yeah. So great first drive. Southbridge takes the lead 8-0 with about 4:36 left here in the first quarter. Time chewing up drive and a lot of good play.
That was a long drive. I didn't quite keep track on how many plays, but it would probably about 10, 12 plays on that drive, which is a good solid drive. And obviously with the clock just keep running, so it does go pretty quick. And so we've got at the moment, looks like it's actually going to be 7-0. I don't think they're going to do it as a 2-pointer. I think they're just going to count it as the extra point is what it's looking like. You've got quite a few. You have a lot of guys that were not in there to start on the offense.
So we'll see how Bartlett comes out. They're coming out with So they got the quarterback back there. Oh, low snap. Southbridge is pressuring. Looks like he's going to go. Oh, he's got it. He's got the sideline. And they got him off at the 28-yard line. So that was a good, we're calling about 8-yard Yeah.
Keep for the race.
So about 8-yard game.
Yeah, so it looks like it's number 22, Akeem Belnavis, who is apparently under center for Bartlett. And he had a lot of running there because he originally broke to the far side, then came back across to the near side of the field. So he was running quite a bit. But he's back there. He's got 4 out wide and 1 in the backfield.
So he's back. Looking to throw. Oh.
Nice grab.
That's a
He's
catch.
gone.
He's going to go. That's number 40. He's going to go all the way, it looks like.
Shaheem Torres, a huge reception.
Wow, that was a huge. Wow. So that was a good catch and run there. He caught it, with about, it was probably about a 10-yard pass and turned it out for about 55 yards, I think, right?
Yeah, he and I thought for sure he was gone right off the bat, he did a nice job bringing that ball in because that ball had a little bit of a wobble off on the pass itself. But it was a really nice play.
Yeah, it was close to being picked. It looked like it went right through a Southbridge defender's hands.
Which may have been kind of where that wobble that they had in there. It may have been tipped a little bit. But a pretty big reception for him there. And now they're in there deep into the red zone. It looks like they're on the 15.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. Oh, so Bartlett's calling a timeout. So I'll look to see if they're going to regroup, and not sure what the deal is. Could be winded, I'm not sure. But that was a great play by Bartlett. Southbridge showing some blitzing at the line, comes forward. He's right up the middle, right up the gut. Some good blocking. Looks like he's going to get down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that was Southbridge number 43, so probably Roberto Cabrera. We may have, I think he's the only 43 on their roster. They have a few guys with different numbers, but he was able to pull that plug just a couple yards short of the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5. I'm going to
Yeah, it looks like it's just inside the 5.
Right.
But Belnavis, the QB keeper, and he picked up a good chunk there, another 10 yards. So it should be a 1st and goal just inside that 5-yard line. And we've seen a lot of the QB keeping the ball, which, again, because you're playing flag and it's a little harder sometimes to get that thing pulled out rather than just knocking a guy out of bounds or tackling.
Oh, he's dropped the ball. And I'm not sure if the rules call for it to be dead if they drop it or what, but Southbridge was in there quickly, so it's going to be a loss of 5. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, with this being a flag football game, they don't want anybody pig-piling on top of each other trying to recover that fumble. And so play gets whistled dead pretty quickly. So
2nd and goal from the 10. So quarterback's back. So Bartlett's had some troubles with the snap, but that was a good snap. Oh, he almost had him on a sack there. Another one, and the pass is incomplete. So Southbridge was in there quick, and they almost had a sack on the quarterback as quickly as you can sack somebody in flag football. So we're going to call it 3rd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, and they changed up their quarterback on that one. That was Logan Peranto, class of 2020, who was under center on that one. And if he's class of 2020, that means he didn't get to play his senior year game because of COVID. It also means, though, because Bartlett's won the last 3 times these teams have played, he's a guy who's never lost to Southbridge.
Right.
And that the folks here at McMahon, they're hoping that changes for him tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's something to say when players can say they've beat their rival
the entire
multiple
career.
years. Yes.
Very few guys are fortunate enough to be able to do that.
Oh, it's another low snap, and then they're going to lose it again. So we're going to go 4th and goal from the 15. So Bartlett's going backwards.
Yeah,
we see Ruben Rios coming out tonight.
Yeah, Ruben and Severina are here, along with some of the others in the family.
Yep. And again, a recent passing of their son, Marcus. Our condolences go out to him. So in their time of grief, it's nice to see him come out to this game and tribute to their son.
Absolutely.
So we have a 4th and goal from the 15, so Bartlett has some work to do. They had 2 quick strikes to get down to the 15-yard line or so, and they're going backwards. So.
Yeah, they've stalled out once they hit the red zone.
So Southbridge is there. It looked like,
It's
it was almost
down.
picked off. Like, number 99.
Ben Lazo knocking
Ben
that
Lazo.
one down right in there.
Yeah,
Ben Lazo got him, and then you also had Charles Lopez, number 52, who was also pressuring him, but Ben's the one who was able to kind of stuff that ball down and change a possession. But Southbridge has a long way to go here.
Yeah. But Ben, a recent graduate of Southbridge, and again, one of those players that wasn't able to play in their Thanksgiving game and moved on to American International College and playing some collegiate ball out there. And welcome to see him here.
Yeah, and Ben is one of those guys that is still in really good shape. He's he's playing college ball, and even compared to, say, his sophomore year, he is a much bigger guy, a much sturdier guy.
Yeah.
Takes it very seriously. He's currently stalking the sidelines. He's also a guy who's quite confident.
He is. He is. No doubt. If you follow him on social media, you see him working out and lifting, and not a boy you want to get in the way of right now. So Southbridge takes over on the 15-yard line, and I think Ramsey's staying in there as quarterback, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler is still back there, and
so he gets the ball. Good snap. Nice little dump pass.
Alex Torres, the receiver.
Oh,
there,
nice
running
little
back.
move. Oh, he might be off. Oh, he's off at the. Not sure. They're going to bring him back to the Southbridge 27-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the only guy he had to beat was Nate Whipple, number 54 for Bartlett. Nate Whipple, class of 18. Was about the only guy left to beat, but Alex Torres has been there as the tailback, your receiving back, for most of this game so far.
So Southbridge 1st and 10 from their 27.
So now you got 2 tailbacks here. You've got Ramsey and Alex Torres.
Yeah. And it looks like, nice little pass. Now it's down at the
very minimal gain there.
30-yard line. So 2nd and about 7, I believe.
Yeah, it was
from the 30.
Very small gain there. Trying to break through, couldn't quite do it. Wasn't able to pick up a number.
So so it'll be at the Southbridge about a 30 and a half, I think. We'll call it the 30. So 2nd down and about 7.
Ramsey and Torres in the bet is no, that's not. I don't think that's Torres anymore. I'm not sure what number that is.
So Ramsey takes it. He's got somebody in on him. Nice block by number 74. Ramsey throws it.
It's going to be.
Oh, it looked like it was almost close to being picked. He
Yeah.
had 2 receivers there. Good spin on the ball, but no receiver there. Lucky not to be picked on that.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for Josh McNeil again. It was kind of hard to tell from this angle how close Josh was, but it did look like it was about to be picked off by one of the secondary for Bartlett. So fortunate to not have that become a turnover.
So this is a big 3rd down and about 7. A 3rd down and about 7, and Southbridge has a little work to do here in the first quarter. Up 7-0. Ramsey back. He's got some receivers. Again, the blocking holds up. He's got somebody open. Oh!
Jordan Torres
20.
couldn't quite pull that in. It was a
Wow.
little high for
A
him.
little high, but
Almost made a great grab though. Almost made a great grab.
so Bartlett changing some people up. The Southbridge line is holding up. I bet Coach Kumo would like to have that line back tomorrow if he could, huh?
I don't doubt it. Yeah, and again with Tyler too. I mean, that was like a good 45-yard pass attempt there. He's done a really nice job stretching that arm out
Right,
and airing it out.
So number 20 comes into the game. Not sure who that is. I think that's Jake Boisvert that just went in. Number 20.
We do have a few number 20s.
Yeah, it wasn't Jordan.
So.
It was
yeah,
that
Jordan.
Jake, so it looks like Southbridge is going to go for it on 4th down. So we'll see how they go. They got 4 wides and 1 guy in the backfield. So he's back to throw. Number 24 putting down some pressure. Ramsey juking. He's got a nice throw. Oh, he's got the guy open in the
McNeil.
middle. Yep. That has been the combination tonight. McNeil's been finding the spots in the zone, and Ramsey's been getting it to him. So
it also helps that these are guys who played together back,
absolutely.
10 years ago. So there is familiarity. There's trust there. He knows that he can connect with Josh McNeil and not have to worry about it. He's not trying to connect with a kid who's played 4 years ago who he's never played with before.
Yeah. So McNeil comes out. He's looking a little winded, But
Josh isn't quite as slim as he once was, but still in good shape.
So Southbridge is at their 47-yard line on a 1st and 10.
Poppy Miranda in the backfield there.
So Ramsey takes it back. The pocket holds up. Another long ball. Oh, it looks like wow. He
I think that might have been Eli Perez, the intended receiver, but that was another deep pass, just overthrew him. Eli really had no real chance at reining that one in. It was just a bit too deep. So, but a good effort all the same.
They like to throw the ball here at Southbridge, and he's thrown a good ball, just a little bit out of the reach there. So what do you got? About 2nd and 10 from the 47.
About 6.5 minutes left in our first half.
So 2nd and 10. I think we got a new group of wide receivers out there and a running back. See what it all looks like. It's the reverse. He's got a little bit of room. He's got some speed. Nice block by number 3 on the edge. Oh, and it was looked like a little tackle there, but
Lucas Cancel with a nice run there. But
number
again,
7 there from Bartlett. We don't.
number 7 would be Darius Givens, class of 18, so somebody who's pretty recent graduate.
He went low, that's for sure, and I don't think he was looking for the flag there, but.
But Lucas with a lot of good speed. He is somebody who is still really, really quick, really athletic. He's a good ball player, and he showed that there.
Yeah, on the end around, it's a good play. Caught him off guard. So, 1st and 10. Ramsey takes it up the middle. Oh, he's not.
He's escaped.
It's
Again,
at the
about the 36, 37. Didn't lose a flag on that one. He just went down.
He went
because
down,
again, it's like we said, it's going to be a physical flag football game.
So we got a 1st and 10 from the Bartlett 30.
Looks like they're going to spot it.
38,
they might
maybe?
go to the 38 with that spot, it looks like.
Not sure. Looks like.
They haven't put the ball
Oh, they're gonna.
down
That's
just
the end
yet.
of the first quarter, and they're gonna switch sides, I believe. That's why it looks like the ref is gonna change around. So after 1, it looks like Southbridge is up 7-0 in a spirited first game.
5:29 left to go.
Looks like they're switching sides. That's the change of the quarter there. So.
Trying to figure it out. Obviously, a little hectic here and there. So quite the good first quarter there, Sean. yeah, it's been an entertaining game so far. It looked, granted, Southbridge, their first possession, their first drive, it was a very methodical drive. A good 10, 12, 13 plays to get downfield, and then Bartlett came storming right away. And it looked like it was just going to be one of those games where both teams just go up and down the field, that it was going to be all offense. But obviously, Bartlett then struggled once they got in the red zone. Southbridge has had some trouble, but they're starting to move it again. They've moved it into enemy territory now. And we'll see if they can keep it going or if they're going to stall out or what happens here. But so far, it's been an entertaining game. And like we've talked about, I think we're going to see it escalate a little bit in different ways. Looks like Josh McNeil's going to take over under center here. They may change quarterbacks every quarter maybe based on what they've got, but Josh is under center now with
One more person on the chain.
Probably
And
Alex Torres is
And
backfield.
I think Ramsey was probably one of the older quarterbacks. So from what older when we mean
Yeah, based on what they're doing here
length
tonight,
of,
they're
graduation and stuff like that. And I think Josh was the one that took over. I think for him when he moved on. So McNeil,
No, he's still going, and he got tackled for a sack.
so he's down at the 45-yard line.
Yep, Darius Givens is the one that comes in to make the stop. I think Eddie Torres is looking for some sort of flag based on the contact.
Yeah.
It is a difficult, that transition is a difficult one, especially as game keeps going in this setup.
Well, I think you know that as you come on, I'm coming into a flag football team game, and then you're saying it's Bartlett Southbridge rivalry, and I'm on this field that I played 2 out of 4 years of those games.
Right.
Per graduating class or whatever. So he's back. He's looking to throw. He gets out to the side, rolls to the side. Nice little dump pass to. He kind of slips there, and that's number 14.
Might be Ramsey again. I'm not sure.
That's Tyler, I believe. So Tyler Ramsey
Looks like
took
it.
the pass. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down in about 7, I guess it looks like, from the Bartlett 35.
Don't forget, if you're in the stands, get your commemorative.
Still getting a few more folks here. There's actually starting to amass some folks down on the sidelines too, which is nice to see.
It is a great crowd for the night before Thanksgiving when people are prepping for their dinners and all that. But
Right. You don't have the bonfire to draw people in. You don't have the other elements. So for something, again, put together in about a week or so, it's a good turnout. Looking for
looks
Ramsey.
out the middle. Oh, nice little pass. Oh, it's a little high. He had him open there, and I'm not sure who that was, but he had him open right in the middle, and it just kind of floated over his head. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, number 81.
We've got him as Sean Mack here.
Yeah. So just slightly over his head. That's a Sean Mack, a class of 14, I believe. So
Yeah, a little bit. That ball sailed a bit, but he otherwise was open. Should have had that one. Eli Perez coming off.
So it looks like
Ramsey's coming off as
yeah.
well, unless
Yeah. Like every good quarterback, count how many people you had in the huddle, and he made sure he wasn't too many men on the field. So see if Southbridge can pick up this third down. Or 4th down. Is that 4th down?
good blocking.
Bramwell?
Still on his feet.
Oh, nice
Just
little move.
yeah.
Throws it down the field.
Oh, it looks like they had him
good.
sacked,
They
though. They had him sacked there, back there. The flag is the football flag, the player flag is on the field. So good defensive stand by Bartlett that they desperately needed because Southbridge is controlling the game.
Yeah, it's a big play for Bartlett. Although you got to give credit too to the Southbridge line there because they were doing a really good job of giving Josh McNeil some time back there. That pocket was not collapsing
Yeah.
for quite a while. They gave him quite a bit of time before they were able to really give him pressure. And so Bartlett will get the ball. They have a smaller roster, the Bartlett team, than the Southbridge side. Not by a lot, but a few guys. And so we'll see if they change things up as well or if it's still going to be Belnavis under center. I see him out there. I don't know if he'll be playing quarterback, but Belnavis is still out there. He's got the 1 glove on, so I'm going to guess he's probably going to stick to quarterback.
So Bartlett takes over at their 42-yard line on a 1st and 10.
Bartlett, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
So they come out with 4 receivers and 1 in the backfield.
Yep, so Akeem Belnavis under center again for Bartlett.
Southbridge playing that game at the line, showing blitz. Oh, he comes in. Oh, it looks like they got him. They got him, yeah.
Yeah.
They got him a sack.
Yeah, right about the 30-yard line.
So that's a loss of about 12 yards there. So good play by Southbridge there, coming in for the sack.
Yeah, because you have for Bartlett a guy who's a quick-footed scrambler. So he's a guy that can pick up some speed pretty quickly. But in this case, can't really go too far once they pull that plug off of you.
Right. Southbridge did a good job of containing that pocket so that he couldn't, they had somebody in the middle, and they had the.
Yeah, he didn't really have much he could do. Not
Yeah.
any real seam to try and go through.
So Bartlett's got about a second and about 20, it looks like. Pass. Little pass in the middle. Oh, it's dropped. It was a good pass, but the receiver dropped it.
Yeah, Darius Givens was the receiver, wide open, nobody within at least 8 yards of him, and he just didn't catch it. There's no excuse for that one.
No. I don't think he thought it was going to him, but there was nobody around him. He had a little bit of area to work if he had to.
Yeah, I don't know if he was thinking about trying to make the turn, the pivot, and start running before he had the ball or what, but that was just a clanker.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 20 from the Bartlett 33-yard line. So a little bit of work for Bartlett to do here. Oh, another low snap. He's got to throw. He's got somebody in the middle. Oh, it's 4th down and 20. So Southbridge defense playing a good game.
Yeah, that pocket collapsed real quick. He was under fire immediately. Started to scramble to the near side looking for something, some sort of safety valve or whatever he could find. He did find a receiver. I can't pick up the number. He's got the yellow cleats, and he tends to line up on our side. But he just couldn't make it to him.
So big 4th down and 20. This is going to be a lot for Bartlett to pick up, and then if Southbridge holds, they're going to have good field position. Another low snap. Number 22 drops back. It's a floater. Oh, it's picked off by number 28. Oh, they did pick the flag at the 50-yard line. So number 28 for Southbridge with the pick.
Bart Schoenevert.
Class of 2012.
Yeah, that was a ball. That was a scary one there because you could see a lot of time that play kind of unfolded in slow motion. A couple more red jerseys than green in that vicinity, and at first it looked like he might not actually come away with it because it hit the fingertips before he actually pulled it in. So nice job to pull that in and pick up a big gain.
So Southbridge in the huddle looks like we have 2 number 12s. We got Jason Peck and Josh McNeil. Also number 86 there.
It's Garrett Lazo.
Trying to see his number 74's in there as well, which is
Negro
Ojeda, class of 11.
You could see Eli Perez lined up on the near side.
So McNeil.
No, it's Ramsey under quarterback now.
Quarterback. Oh, he drops the
it.
ball. So that'll be it was a good snap. He just couldn't handle it. So I think that's when he had his eyes downfield to see where his receivers were.
Yeah, moving a little quicker than he maybe should have.
Because there was nothing wrong with that snap at all. So
No, that was a good snap. That was just a clean drop.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 2nd down and about 17 from the Southbridge 44 and a half.
Yep. Looks like Bartlett playing with just 3 up front.
Well, they really got to stop that pass because Southbridge is finding the seams. He's throwing a good ball, so trying to keep stuff in front of him. So you can see the middle linebackers and everything calling, making sure they said he scrambles out of that. He's got some room. He's going down the sideline. Looks
Good
like
cut.
Cuts back in the middle, goes back. He's going to 15-yard line. He's going to pick up the 1st down. So that was a lot of running to pick up that 1st down. He went side to side.
Yeah, for about a 12-yard gain, he ran about 80 yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that's going to be part of Bartlett's game plan too. Is they only had the 3 up front, and they weren't. The pocket collapsed eventually, but they weren't applying a lot of pressure.
No.
And I think it's because they don't really want to invite Tyler Ramsey to run because even though he is, relatively speaking, for this game anyways, he's one of the old guys. So, but he's still one of the quickest guys down there.
Absolutely. So we got a 1st and 10 from the Bartlett 38-yard line. So
looks like Anthony Santos is going to take over as quarterback.
With the
he had a
patent.
big arm.
He did. Yes, he did. He could run too. He was, he had quite the career. So
As he drops back.
sings back. Oh, nice little pass right to the middle. That's to number 81. I think that's Sean Mack.
Yep.
So nice little pass there, dump pass, and I think those two played together because they were class of 2014, and I think
Pick it up a Southbridge first down.
he was about that time too. Santos
Anthony was class of 16.
Was he really 16?
According to the guide here, anyways,
Yeah.
what they put together for us.
He could be, yeah, because I think he was about a freshman when my son was a senior. So it's hard to believe, the wheels all meld in, So. So 1st and 10 from the Bartlett 31-yard line. 21-yard line, thank you.
So Santos
Santos
is actually right under center this
Center.
time. It's the first time I think we've
that's
seen
false
that.
start there,
Yeah,
looks like.
I think so.
Looked like false start. Number 86, a little quick there on the snap.
Yep, they're being pushed back here, so tough move there for Southbridge. That's going to hurt.
Got those selfish cheerleaders out there cheering along. Quite the squad. What we got?
We got a couple
30
dozen there, yeah.
Yeah. Good to see them all out there cheering it on to this good crowd out here tonight, Sean.
It is. It seems to continue to grow as people continue to filter in.
So we got a 2nd and 10 from, 2nd and 15 looks like. Oh, it's double reverse.
Eli Perez with the ball.
Nice little run there. He's got a seam. He's going to go out to almost to the first down line.
Just short.
Oh,
Oh, another late flag.
I think that's because of the tackle there at the end, maybe.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it was a late flag, and it was right up by the sideline, so I think it was the contact being made.
So that's going to attack on another 5 yards, it looks like they give it to. So it's
Yeah.
going to be a 1st and 10 from the 20, from the 10.
Yeah, you can see Bartlett
10.
being marched down much closer, like within about the 10, it looks like.
Yeah.
So packing on, like you said, those 5 yards or so.
Yeah.
So
So
that's a
again-
big deal in the red zone.
Yeah, so 1st and goal from the Bartlett 10. So that was a great run and play there that Southbridge is bringing. It looks like they're bringing some of the running game in, this as opposed to the passing game that we saw in the first quarter and half.
But they're also doing they're playing a little bit more of the trickery in terms of end arounds and things like that, whereas Bartlett's been playing kind of straight up.
Southbridge back.
So Santos takes it. He's got somebody in the middle. Looks like he has him. And it is touchdown for Southbridge.
I think that
Great
might have been
ball.
Emilio Torres. It's a number 23. I think that's Emilio Torres,
Yep.
who is, if I recall, I believe Emilio is one of the Sabatinelli winners at one point, or he might. Trying to find him real quick.
He would have been up around the 2016 years. 14.
Yeah, Emilio is a 2014 grad, and he may not. Yeah, he was 2012. So if he was a 2014 grad, that would have been his sophomore year that he
Sophomore
won
year,
the
yeah.
Sabatinelli Award. That was in 2012. Pioneers beat the Indians 28-20. Emilio had a couple touchdowns, well over 100 yards rushing. Had a really good game.
Yeah, that 2012 team goes. So we got the extra point, and it's off his hand. So Southbridge will have a 13-0 lead. So nice play by Southbridge. So Sean, you talked about winning in your high school careers. Those football players that were in that class of 2012, among those players from their freshman year on, they were probably one of the only teams that beat Bartlett 5 times, because in one of those stretches they beat Bartlett twice. Once on Thanksgiving, and in the following week I think they played them in the playoff and beat them here at Harry J. McMahon Field. It's quite a game too. That was I think that playoff game was a sock 'em, rock 'em, punch 'em in, and I think it was a low-scoring game, but Southbridge came out on top to win in that playoff game. So
Yeah, you look through just the guys who were playing here. We kind of look back from 2010 onward because of the ages that are able to play tonight, and from 2010 to the 2013 season, those 4 straight years, all Southbridge wins. Although that 2010 game, Bartlett had DJ Kirby Thomas, who had missed a 47-yard field goal with 6 seconds on the clock that would have otherwise won that game for them. And according to their coach, he had been hitting them from 50-plus prior to that. So it was a doable shot from him.
So Bartlett has some work to do. A little pass out the front. It looks like it almost picked. Almost picked by number 7 there for Southbridge. Edwin Morales, it looks like. Class of 18.
Yeah, it might have been Edwin Morales. Almost made that pick, but it did look looked like it was going to develop a little bit more of the physicalness. Physicalness isn't really a word, but a little bit more of that physical nature developing as that play unfolded.
Well, you know, it does get chippy, and they do a lot of stories that you hear about the Bartlett games and the physicality of it and what happens, chippiness, you know.
Well, you've got, in this case, you've got playing tonight for Bartlett, number 30 is Brett LeBeau, who back in 2017, which was a 30-0 win for Bartlett, but he was ejected from that game during a brief skirmish. So definitely one where that happens.
Southbridge gets in, but he gets out to the pocket. He gets out down to about an 8-yard gain. Well, you talk about that, and looking back, you know, I talked to my son, who was the captain of the 2012, graduated in 2012, and he was telling me a story about their Thanksgiving game where Rocco, I think it was. Do you remember?
Rocco DiStefano, yeah.
Rocco DiStefano. My son was a lineman, and Rocco was giving it to him, and one of the Southbridge players came over to his defense because he was getting punched in the head, and one of our Southbridge players got up. But that's what happens here on Thanksgiving, and Southbridge Pioneer Pride, they look out for each other, and
young Mr. Jovan here now with your third generation after coming in.
Yes, right. So tried to get him out here on the football field, but he was a little too busy, so maybe next year. So Bartlett has some work to do. Another little pitch to the side, and he's got down to about the 39-yard line. So the crowd's still filling in here, Sean. It's what a great night, really is. Great for Southbridge Pioneer Pride and you know, Webster, and hopefully this continues for many years to come.
That would be ideal, and I think what's nice about it too, at least from our perspective, is being put together locally, especially if it gets held here at McMahon on an annual basis, as opposed to, you know, obviously the Thanksgiving Day game itself rotating and, you know, each year. But if you can host it here every time, it's such a great venue. It's one of the best in Central Mass.
Oh, Southbridge is in on number 3.
Yeah, Poppy's got him there.
Number 3 and Ben Lazo. So number 3 was Jose Miranda.
Yep, Jose Poppy Miranda at the 35 is the one who pulled it in first.
Yep. So Southbridge, good defense there to make the stop, make it a 2nd and 13 there.
It has been a really good game for Southbridge defensively. Obviously, Bartlett hasn't been able to score yet, but they have really had a hard time finding a lot of time, and that has also led to some pressure being put on their quarterbacks, where you've had a few balls that, whether it's the cold, whether it's the pressure, whether it's just not having played in a few years, a lot of passes that are either just, you know, a few feet short or a few feet over the head. So it's been pretty tough for Bartlett to get in there.
So I think we got a new quarterback in there, number 12. Nice little pass. Oh, it looked like it almost picked off by number 10. I think that Eli Perez it might be, or Georgie Rivera. I'm not sure. There's 2 10s, but number 10, nice little play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down in about 13. 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, that was Logan Peranto under center, who's a 20. Let's see, what year was he a graduate? He was a 2020 grad, and he was the Sabatinelli MVP back in the 19 game. 2 interceptions on defense, 60 rushing yards, and a couple of touchdowns as QB keepers.
So Bartlett,
another low snap. I think that one hit ground.
Dead ball. So
Bartlett's had quite a few of those tonight.
Yeah, they've had trouble in that center. So Bartlett stalls out yet again, and they had some work to do. So Southbridge will take over in the waning moments of the second quarter here. We have quite the festivities, I think, at halftime. They're going to have some memorials for some people, and not only did they lose. Marcus Rios recently, but Michelle Lazo, the mother of Garrett and Ben, recently passed.
Jamie
Chad
Ortiz
Lazo,
several years ago, Chad Lazo.
Jamie Ortiz. So
Yeah, this group, they haven't been out of high school for a long time, but they've certainly had more than their share of loss that they've had to deal with, unfortunately so. And so that I think that's one of the nice touches, though, of what they're doing is not forgetting these people, remembering what they've done for the community and for these teams and these games.
And recently, Southbridge lost another Southbridge player. I believe Tim Basham recently passed as well. I was brought up last night at the Lions Club. Josh McNeil gets it. Oh, it's picked off. Whoa! Intercepted, number 54. He's got some work to do. He's still going. Looks like I'm not sure they have him. I think they got him at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was Nate Whipple for Bartlett.
Yeah. So first mistake by Southbridge there. Bartlett desperately needed something to happen for him.
Yeah, especially with just 4 minutes to go. Nate Whipple with that one there. It's either Whipple or Chris Hollis because they both are number 54. It's hard to tell which one. I remember Whipple more than Harlow's myself in terms of. And Whipple being a really good ball player, but I'm not sure which one, if that was Whipple's or Hallows that made that play. We saw the number, but not the name.
So Bartlett's going to take over at the Southbridge 40 to see if they can get something done before we go into halftime here. Down 13-0. So I think they would love to put up a score on the board. And I believe they get the ball when they come out, right? At halftime, because I think
Southbridge started the game, so Bartlett will have the ball. So if they can pull something together here, that could be a huge game changer for them to kind of be able to, if they can score here and then score on that opening drive, all of a sudden it's a whole other ball game.
So we'll see what Bartlett can do here, down 13-0. Ball's back, nice little pass. Oh! Almost picked off by.
Yeah, Eli Perez almost made that play.
And he had nothing but green in front of him if that ball fell into his hands.
Yeah, that wasn't Eli Perez. That was one of the Morales boys. But overall, I mean, the play itself, I'm not sure about yourself anyways. I didn't see how that really developed in terms of that altercation piece. But in general, the actual play itself could have, would have, should have been a big pick six for Southbridge potentially with the high throw to Darius Givens, but missing it altogether.
So it's a big 15-yard penalty, and good job. Kudos to the refs. We know that it's going to get chippy out here, and we saw it coming, Sean.
Yeah.
So
we figured it would happen at some point. Obviously, you hope it doesn't happen that way, and fortunately, other guys came in on their own side to help police that and pull him out.
Yeah. Quick pitch. Oh, that's a loss. Caught in the backfield, so it's going to be a loss of about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, nice job by Edwin Morales to make the play for Southbridge.
So it's going to be down a second down and about,
Back a little more.
I say second down about 18, 19 yards.
Well, Peculiars are doing a halftime show for us.
So waning seconds or minutes of the first half. Southbridge up 13-0.
Bartlett has a long way to go to get their first down here.
And they desperately need something to happen here offensively.
About a 17, 18 yard. Just under 2 to go. Peranto in the backfield with A.J. Catadell.
False start.
Yeah, you may have had,
I
think Jeff Coulter. Let's see if it's, no, 87.
Yeah. So
Tony DeResta. No, I'm sorry, Jacob Keith. It's tough going through the roster.
looked like number 42 from Southbridge, Bernard and for some, class of 2020, one of those class of 2020, kind of showed a blitz type thing and got him to move a little
Got
bit.
him to jump. Yeah.
You know?
That hurts. Jacob Keith, the receiver who jumped.
So now we got what? Third down?
They've got to try to get that ball down to about the 18, and they're now at the 41. So that's
So they got four receivers out, one running back. Good snap, number 12. He's got some room to run. Oh, he slipped. So picked up about, I'm going to call it about 6. So I think we're going to bring up third down, fourth down, Sean. I lost track of the
they
down.
don't have anybody running that part of the chain gang, so it's hard to keep track of. I thought at first that he was going to be looking for Shaheem Torres, who was on the far side of the field. Shaheem looked like he might have had a chance to break through. It didn't quite work out.
So it looks like Bartlett still has a ways to go, about 18 yards for first down. Good rush by Southbridge. He's got some room. He's got an area. Oh, it looks like he got the flag.
Yeah, there was a whistle
For the
early
sack.
in that
He
one.
sacked.
Oh, they got the flag.
They got the sack. So
Yeah, Anthony Higbee with the reception, but that's going to be called back.
he's pointing at number 74 is pointing that he got it, so that would be number 74, Negro Ojeda. So Ojeda with the sack.
Nice job.
That was a good play by Peranto, though, just to save that from hitting the ground, because he barely was able to pull that off, and you could see Victor, who's one of the officials, was able to indicate that it was good, it was clean, but just barely.
So now we got about a fourth and a mile.
Yeah.
Sean, and they got to pick this up.
Yeah, that's right.
They got to pick this up. So
At the end of the first half.
It's back at
5
the
wide
46.
receivers. See if the Bartlett pocket can hold.
No,
Drops
that
the
one dropped
ball,
again.
So Southbridge will take over. So
Southbridge takes over and
Bartlett
down.
all night long has been having trouble with that snap. So
Yeah, that's one you have to figure out if they're going to figure out a way to make that work, or if they're just going to have to truly get under center to try and stop that, because that has been a big problem for them every single drive.
yeah, especially where on that drop it's a dead ball right away.
Right.
You know, and that hurts. That
It
hurts,
does.
especially when you're backed up like you are.
And especially when you do it 2-3 times a drive, it adds up real quick.
Not sure what the referee said, but
Just want everybody to know how cold it is here in the booth.
so Southbridge takes over at the Bartlett 49-yard line, up 13-0 right before halftime here. So we'll see if Southbridge can draw up maybe 1 or 2 plays to try to up the score. And I got to say, Sean, if Southbridge can get another score in, it's going to be tough sledding for Bartlett. They're going to have to come up with some adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, the good news for Bartlett would be that they would have the ball to start the second half, but otherwise it's a big hill to climb. Looks like you're going to have Tyler Ramsey as our QB again. Everybody wide out.
5 wide receivers.
He's going
throwing
deep.
It might be the last play of the game. Oh, it was just out of hands. So, and that's the half. So I think that was the last play. So that's why Sean he had taken 5 wide receivers. So that's the half. At the half, it's Southbridge 13, Bartlett 0.
Everybody, remember we have a concession stand, and you can purchase your alumni jerseys back there.
So it looks like we're gonna have some halftime festivities, and Sean,
And the cheerleaders will be
take a
doing
break
the
here for a
entire
minute and
halftime
come
show.
back.
Sounds good.
Give it up to your Southbridge cheerleaders.
Well, welcome back from halftime here with Southbridge up 13-0. Jack Jovian here with my broadcast partner Sean Moriarty, bringing you the Southbridge versus Bartlett Alumni Game 2021, night before Thanksgiving on a chilly night here at Harry J. McMahon Field. So, Sean, recapping on the first half, what did you see?
Well, so far what we saw was what we thought initially looked like it was just going to be an offensive outburst, and it has not fulfilled that. It's a 13-0 game. We have 2 touchdowns, both from Southbridge. Bartlett has just really sputtered out. They had a really nice, promising start to their first drive, but other than that, they have really struggled to progress down the field so far, and so that's been an issue for them. They've had a lot of issues with either their offensive line holding up or just making some good snaps. That's been a hard thing for them as well. So that's been the big problem that's been the hard part for Bartlett, and then for Southbridge, they've done well. It's just been a matter of ultimately getting some of those scores offensively.
Yeah. So Bartlett's got the ball coming out at halftime, down 13-0. They got to get something going.
They do, and we'll see if they try any sort of trickery or something to try and surprise anyone. But they're about to take their first snap here, and they've got a QB
run. Right up the middle.
Right up the middle. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like he could go.
And he got caught by number 42 of Southbridge.
So down at the 30-yard line. So Bartlett came out running there and quick feet there and got a nice little hole there to take off on.
Yeah, Shaheem Torres with a quick run, and then Bernard making a nice play. one of the more recent grads for the Southbridge team. Good ball player, good kid, really nice kid. But a nice job on both ends there. Shaheem Torres breaking out, and then Bernard pulling him right back in.
Yep, so first down on a 1st and 10 from the 30. So Bartlett with the ball coming out. He's going to go back to pass. He's got some room. Looks like he might take off again. He's got some room. Oh, he's got a loss there. Loss of 1 there. Good defense there, trying to hold the end there.
That might have been Bernard again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outside, picks up about
So
6 yards on the play.
oh, he did pick up some yards. It looked like it was for a loss, but again, the chain gang was moving around, so I'm not sure.
For 4 yards.
Yeah, he's just short of the 35, so about the 34-yard line so far. Some changes going on for the Southbridge D.
Looks like you got Ben Lauzo there at number 99, big 99 there on the line. Not sure who else is out there on the line. Southbridge showing some blitz. Oh, nice little block there. He's going to go. Good defense by Southbridge. Oh, looks like.
Oh, he's got that.
But it looked like they had him sacked. So I'm not sure if he let go. So,
Yeah, Darius Givens with a nice grab there. He had some tight coverage on him, but did a nice job pulling that in as he was going down to the ground. So Givens with a really nice play.
looked like McNeil had the flag before the ball was thrown, but you know, it looked like he had a sack there, but refs missed it. So
Well, Eddie Torres is certainly trying to advocate for that sack. He's making his opinion known pretty quickly, as sometimes
I don't
happens.
think any of the refs saw that flag come out. So, well, the refs saying, yeah, he was throwing the ball, but we have no instant replay. So, 1st and 10. Bartlett's trying to keep it going here on the 49-yard line.
It is
another bad snap. So,
Another bad snap, dead ball.
so dead ball. Look, it looks like it's going to be a loss of about
a
a
yard
yard.
on the play.
So, again, Bartlett's troubles continue with that snap.
It is, and
And
They-
that's what happens. They start getting going, and then
yeah, they keep getting this stuttering sort of thing as they go forward. They take 2 steps forward, then 2 steps back.
in the shotgun, he's looking to throw. Oh, he almost had the sack there. He was coming in.
Waving downfield and
Oh, it's over his head. So
head.
the Southbridge defender was in on him pretty quick. It looked like he just missed the flag again. I think that was
Garrett Lazo, yeah,
He
just
was
missed
on
it.
him quick too. So
Yeah, he doesn't quite have the agility that his brother Ben has,
Yeah.
but almost made a really nice play there.
it looked like he's flexing his arm. So I'm not sure if he got a little banged up there because he did go to the ground, and the ground is hard.
Yeah, he
So-
did go down, and he was actually a little bit slow getting up. Still looks like he's flexing that arm and shoulder a bit.
So we got a 3rd down and about like 10 and a half there. Bartlett needs to sustain this drive, get back in this game. He's back in the shotgun. Good snap. He's going back. Southbridge had good pressure, but that number 10.
I think he's got it
So he got him about another 1st down there. So
by about a yard,
yeah,
maybe 2, yard and a half. Looks like it's going to be on the 40-yard line.
So Bartlett's showing the speed there.
Bartlett coming out here with a lot of life in the second half.
Not
It
sure.
is.
It looks like the ref calling something there, but.
Well, so far, Shaheem
Looks like
Torres
a
under.
timeout for Southbridge, maybe? Timeout Southbridge.
Shaheem Torres, the quarterback for Bartlett, seems to be almost looking like he's using the pass as a decoy, because it seems like he's actually just dropping back, taking a beat, and then looking to run rather than trying to throw downfield. Not that you can necessarily blame him with the way the passing game has gone for Bartlett so far.
Yeah.
The run is a little bit of a safer move probably at this point for them.
But you can see him using his speed, too, and he's been quick.
Come on,
And,
Keelan, there's no sitting down on the job.
so a couple of 1st downs here for Bartlett, trying to keep it going. So number 40 back in the shotgun again.
Yep, he's got 1 tailback with him, 3 out wide.
Good snap. Oh, nice
He's under
blitz
pressure
there.
quick.
Oh, he missed him, but
He's coming around the sideline.
Josh McNeil, nope.
Well,
Still going. No one's got that flag.
that flag is
Finally
kinda
got
sticky,
him.
but-
On the Southbridge 25-yard line. Ben Lazo with the grab.
Like some words going. So
Yeah, he did a really good job sneaking away from 2-3 sacks there,
Yeah.
or hits for sure. Good job evading before eventually getting kind of quarantined and locked in.
And Ben was in there quick, too, and just got by him. So, and again, that elusive flag there. So, Bartlett with another first down, though, and driving here in the third quarter on the 25-yard line, 26-yard line of Southbridge.
So far, if I recall correctly, Bartlett's only been in the red zone once. They're not quite there yet. They're knocking on the door, but they've only been in that red zone once so far, and obviously weren't able to make pay dirt.
So first and 10, good snap. Looks like got him. It's going to be a throw. It's a duck. Oh, it's knocked down. So I'm not sure if they had the flag or not because I see a white flag on the ground. So it was a sack. Yeah, they did get him. So it's a sack for Southbridge. So it's going to go down to a 2nd and 14 there. So 2nd and 16. So good defense by Southbridge. It did look like they had him, but I don't think anybody saw that white flag on the ground, and it was a sack there.
He was sacked on the play. No one caught that.
So we're going to go with a 2nd and about 15 here.
Looks like the ball is set up at the 31.
So good defensive play by Southbridge. Southbridge's got 3 defenders there. Good snap. Again, they're in there. Oh, it looks like Southbridge's in there. Oh, nice job.
Yeah, Josh McNeil comes in and pulled that one that time.
Well, you saw that defensive line push them back. You get Garrett Lazo in the backfield. They're doing a good job containing them, and Josh just came right in and grabbed that flag right off of his waist there. So another sack by Southbridge and pushing Bartlett back again. Bartlett moving, and then they stall. So this is going to be a big third down conversion here, about 3rd down and 20 from, we'll call it the Southbridge 36.
Ball looks to be at the 37 here. They've got to get that ball down to 15 or 16 yard line, and the way it's gone these last few plays is not looking promising.
So you got Garrett Lazo, Angel Rosario, and I'm not sure who's in the middle.
Looks like McNeil again.
McNeil in the middle. So you got Rosario pushing back. Rosario reached for the flag, a little throw. Nice break up there on the play.
They're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, nice break up on that play on number 21 for Southbridge.
Yeah, Tyrone Carter was the intended receiver, thought he was going to pull that one in, and then wasn't quite able to pull it in all the way and end up with an incomplete pass. That's a big hurt for Bartlett right there.
Yeah, that looks like Leo Ortega there with a breakup as well. He was there right as the ball was delivered. So now we got a 4th down and 20. And Bartlett desperately needs to convert this. Long way to go to convert, but they desperately need to convert it. So we'll see what they can pull out. And it looks like they were going to go 5 wide. Then 87 came back into the backfield, so we'll see what he's going to do. Southbridge is getting a good rush there and keeping him in the pocket. So you got Rosario going back. Good holding. A good pass. Oh, yeah. Good play by Southbridge there because they were debating whether they're intercepted or not. They let it go through. So rather than being back at the 10, they're going to take over at the Southbridge 42.
Yeah, it looked like you had 3 Southbridge guys there. They're closer to making that play than anybody else. It certainly works out in Southbridge's advantage not to have picked that off, odds are, because you probably would have been held back there. But Jordan Torres looked like he was a little bit upset with himself for not pulling that one in himself. But ultimately, I think it'll work out to Southbridge's advantage for letting that one just drop and take the turnover on downs.
Yep. So Southbridge takes over on their 37-yard line, up 13-0 here in the third quarter. So back playing quarterback right now, I believe is...
It's like Ramsey's back there. Well, Ramsey and McNeil are both back there.
Yeah.
But I think Ramsey's the one that'll be... Yep.
Yeah, number 14. Oh, he gets through. Scrambles out. Oh, nice little pass. There you go.
Lucas Cancel. Lucas Cancel with a nice play there. He's going to be pulled at the 41.
Number 81 of Bartlett stopping him.
Yeah, Lucas Cancel with a nice play. A nice little loft throw there from Tyler Ramsey.
Yeah, and he's had a good game, Ramsey. Probably one of the older students out here from, as far as graduates go, and
Right.
but showing that he can run that offense.
Yeah, of the alumni on the field for the Southbridge side, he may be very well the oldest, or he's one of the oldest. But so far, he has probably been the front runner for the MVP of this game thus far. It's a 13-0 game. You haven't had a lot of explosiveness, but
Oh, nice pass to the flat. Number 10. He's
Going down the
going to
sideline.
go. Nice play.
Still going.
He's
yeah,
got it
Eli
on the
Perez is
outside.
down
Oh,
about the
he's got him.
13.
So great
Down on about the 10-yard line.
great
Number
little
10
pass to the
Southbridge.
right flat, and off he
Eli
went.
Perez on that catch.
Yeah, Eli made a nice grab. He still has some good speed as well. He's always been a quick guy, but they eventually got him down. Looked like around the 13 or so.
Yeah, so Southbridge knocking in the red zone again and looking to go up by 3 scores, which would be tough sledding given the way Bartlett's been their inability to move the ball tonight. And you can tell Southbridge took this game seriously. They were out practicing nightly, trying to find a field with lights to go. And you can see that whatever players went to practice, they came prepared to play.
Presumably so. I mean, you also have some guys where, Ramsey has just is a high football IQ kind of kid too. So that comes in handy. So people who know the game and are poised. Looks like might be the end of the quarter here, so they're probably gonna switch sides.
No, it looks like
No?
a penalty. I think it was a delay of game.
Okay,
Delay of game there, I believe.
so
Delay of game.
our game clock itself that we have here is at 0, but at the moment that station is unmanned, so it's tough to tell at the
Tough to
moment.
tell. So a little pitch out to the side.
Josh McNeil.
McNeil, nice little block in there. Oh, and we got a flag.
Yeah, there's
there.
a flag in the backfield.
So I'm not sure. Holding.
I mean, that would make the most sense. I don't know how often you see a holding in flag football, but
Yeah.
it would make the most sense based on where the flag is thrown.
Yeah, he did give the holding penalty sign. So it was quite the play coming out of the side, but little pitch there. So Southbridge backing up here, having their problems now in the 2 straight penalties, marching themselves back after they were knocking in the red zone up to 13.
Well, and I think what's interesting, too, though, is as we're looking at this anyways, you would think that the guys who have most recently played on the gridiron, the younger guys, that they would be kind of your leaders in this, but it's really the oldest guys here, the guys who are close to 10 years removed.
He's back to pass again. Nice little ball to the middle. Oh, nice pass. So he's still on his feet, number 20 there. I
And he
think
gets
that's
all the way down
Torres. So
to
picks
the
up about.
10-yard line. First and 10 Southbridge.
Nice job by Jordan
It's,
Torres.
It's going to be second down in about 8, maybe, I think.
Tyler Ramsey really
Yeah,
bringing
second
the
down
ball
and 8
tonight.
there from the about the 11-yard line. So it picked up a lot of yardage that they lost there on those 2 straight penalties.
Yeah, it was a little low, but he did a nice job pulling it in, and that was a good
So
hard
second
throw.
down, he's back to pass again. Oh, we're
Another
gonna have
late-
another flag. Let's see what we got. So the flags are starting to
Looks
fly
like it's
here.
against Bartlett, though, it looked like.
Not sure what we got here.
At first I was thinking it must have been a false start, but it looked like the gesture had been towards the Bartlett side.
Yeah, and they're pointing to the Bartlett side, so I'm not sure what they have. Maybe offside. Yeah, they're marching off against Bartlett, so they added 5 to that, so we're going to have about a second down and 4 maybe. So second down and 4, about the 9-yard line.
Ramsey back to pass.
Pass, looking. Oh, he's got some people there.
He's got a
some
lot of
money.
time.
Oh, right off the fingertips. Looked like he had some room to run, too, if he really wanted to. He could have taken it right up that middle there. So.
Yeah, he had a lot of time there in the pocket. The offensive line did a really nice job of not even allowing the slightest bit of pressure. It looked like, at least from the periphery, that he had some open room to move around, but he didn't want to even leave that pocket. He stayed right there. Maybe he didn't see an actual opening down the way, and went just for that touchdown pass. Almost pulled it off, though. Almost came through.
So we got the end of the third quarter. Southbridge up 13-0. No scores in that. So again, coming from Southbridge, Harry J. McMahon Field on the Southbridge versus Bartlett Alumni Game 2021. Good contest here tonight. Alumni game. A lot of great sponsors. We'd like to thank our sponsors that did this. Scott Lazo, Elm Center, LeBlanc Oil, DePietro Masonry, Dow's Automotive, Iozzo Carpets, and Alexander's Golden Greek Restaurant. So thank them, and also thank you to the town of Southbridge and Southbridge Public Schools for the use of the fields this evening, allowing Garrett to put this game on, and kudos to Garrett Lazo for spearheading this effort to have an alumni football game the night before Thanksgiving here in 2021. After a year of COVID, Sean, it's nice to see the community out, enjoying a night game safely, enjoying this cold, crisp evening. So, been a great game so far. So Southbridge will take the ball here at about the 8-yard line on a third down, I believe. So he's back to pass. He's got a little bit out in the flat. He's going to go back. Oh, it looks he's sacked there. He's just sacked at about the 24-yard line. So a sack by Bartlett. It's going to bring up a fourth down and about, going to call it about a fourth down and 21 maybe.
Yeah, so Bartlett's got two guys wearing number 53 tonight, so not quite sure which one of them it was that made the sack, either Justin DeFreitas or Kevin Winowski. It's kind of a little tough to tell, but a nice job there getting there and making that sack just a beat or two before he was able to unload that ball. So Southbridge still in a good position here, especially with the lead, and poised to try and put some real distance between them and Bartlett.
Fourth down play, try to convert here. Deep in Bartlett territory. Good pass right down the middle. Oh! Yeah. Good defense there by Bartlett. It looked like he tried to hit Torres there in the end zone, or 23. So.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for Emilio Torres, who went up for it. Looked like a little bit of a hard fall, too, but after some of that earlier pushing and shoving that we saw in the first half, you had some good sportsmanship there where one of the Bartlett players reaching down to help him back up too. So that's good to see, especially after the little bit of that shoving match in that first half.
Yeah. But if you did take note during that shoving match, Tempest Flare at the Southbridge Bartlett games, but there was a lot of sportsmanship right afterwards. Captains shaking hands and saying, hey, let's go and have a clean game. And so far it's been pretty clean since then. So Bartlett takes over at their 21, 22-yard line, down 13-0. It's still, the game is still in reach despite how outplayed they've been by Southbridge. So
yeah, one big play could be a huge change.
Yeah, absolutely. So they need to score on this drive, though. They have to do something, and it looks like a delay of game. So again, the penalties hurt Bartlett. So
yeah,
between Bartlett, between the penalties, the bad snaps on the plays.
Yeah.
They can't afford to keep going backwards. So here we go. He's got a lot of room to the left, looking to throw. And he puts it down, and they got him. That's taken by Ben Lazo's got him, number 99. Gain of about 6, 7 yards. So it's going to bring it about second and about 7.
Yeah, there was a bit of contact there on that one too at the sideline that the Bartlett quarterback Torres certainly didn't appreciate.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to kind of monitor that going forward, too, to see if that picks up again or how this works out.
So it looks like they gave him a little bit more than they have. So it looks like it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Takes it down. He's got a lot of room to that right. Oh, he could have taken it down. You see how quick he is. Oh, Lazo's back in there. Scramble. Lots of time right in the middle. So he's taken down there about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Darius Givens with that reception. That was a nice job by the Bartlett line and by their quarterback Torres for buying a lot of time back there. He had a whole lot of time, but he also had there, before he released that, it looked like the near side of the field had a lot of room for him to run. But he either didn't see it or whatever it was that he chose to do, but he decided to stick with the pass.
Oh, nice little blitz right in the middle. Looks like they got him. I got him on a flag there.
Yeah, Ben Lazo wrapped him up pretty quickly.
Not sure what the flag is for, though. There was a flag on the play. So they pick up the first down on the flag. Not sure what the flag was for. We're not getting the signals on what the flags are.
Right.
So they pick up the first down on the penalty.
Yeah, he had
Could have
Jacob.
been rather than taking the flag, they kind of had him in the grasp. So I'm not sure if that's one of the penalties they're calling or not. But nonetheless, it's a first down by Bartlett.
Low snap on that
Southbridge
one.
right in there yet again. Oh, and they got him.
Yep.
Number 23.
Emilio Torres, the nice job there to pull that plug.
Southbridge is doing a good job with their defensive line and some of that quickness. You've seen it a couple times where they get in on a quick, like a blitz almost, and get that flag.
They have. Emilio Torres has played well. Ben Lazo has played extremely well defensively. He's pulled in a few sacks. Garrett Lazo's done a good job with some pressure on the quarterback. And then offensively, obviously, it's been primarily
Garrett
Ramsey.
Lazo was in there quick. Oh, and it's a sack, number 74. You saw Garrett Lazo come in on the right side quickly, put the pressure on the quarterback, and right into 74 for the sack.
Yeah, Ojeda with a nice play there. And he's had a nice game, too. He's been on quite a few plays as well.
Ojeda coming from the class of what year there, Sean? Class of 2011? 2011. So one of the older guys, too. 10-year mark of students. So Bartlett got a little bit of work to do here on the third down. He's got a lot of room to run, but Southbridge doing a good job keeping him in pocket. But now he's got some room on the right side.
He's got number 30 pretty wide open at the moment.
Yeah, but now he takes off.
Yep.
They got so it's going to be probably about a fourth down and about 8. So
one of the downsides here for Bartlett is while
it's like Coach Torres running out there saying, "Hey, I got a flag from somebody. I'm not sure who, but."
But one of the issues that Bartlett's got right now is their quarterback is really fleet of foot. He's got some good moves. He's able to juke and dance and get around. But the problem ends up being, as much as he buys that time, it seems as if the receivers kind of give up on their routes and they're not really moving anymore. And
he's trying to pick up some chunk plays, So there's a pass, and it goes incomplete. So Southbridge will take over.
Yeah, I think he was looking for Romeo Soto. He was the closest receiver for the Bartlett side, but it was a pretty good 8, 9, 10 yards away. So not a terribly good pass. I don't know if there was a missed route or just overthrew or what it was, but a turnover of downs, and that's a crusher for Bartlett.
Yeah. So we got Ramsey here on the sideline. So we'll see who's in at quarterback. Is it?
It may be McNeil again because he's in there. Santos is not out there at the moment.
So we got 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Good game by Southbridge, up 13-0. As much as Southbridge has outplayed Bartlett, it's surprising that it's only 13-0 on a flag football game.
Yeah, it has been. McNeil with a good rush here.
Yeah, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, they got him at the 24-yard. Good run by
Josh McNeil.
McNeil. So
watching him run though, that's one of those differences between a flag game and a real tackle game, because Josh is running with that ball kind of out like a torch. He's not trying to protect that ball at all because he's just trying to keep moving.
Right.
Whereas if this was a tackle game, that's a real risky move if you're doing it that way.
So we're almost approaching 4 minutes left here in the Southbridge Bartlett Alumni Football Game 2021, and we'll see if Southbridge puts up another score. If they do, Bartlett's going to have to do a couple quick things quickly. So back to pass.
McNeil back to pass, looking.
Back to pass. You see some room. Oh, he's got to. Oh, he's going to be
Pulled out.
maybe for a loss for maybe
Good
2.
defense by number 7 of Bartlett.
That Bartlett guy saved some time though because he had that left side of the field pretty wide open there for a good chunk of yards.
Yeah, 54, Whipple or Hallows, depending on which 54 it is, was the one that really made that play there for the Indians. But Josh was another one where he's moving around. Another guy who's quick on his feet, and Josh is still, I think he still plays with some sort of flag football for the YMCA league or something like that. So even though whether or not he's been helping with the practice or not won't matter because he's been doing flag football the last couple of years anyways.
So we got somebody, let's see who's in the backfield. Looks like Torres.
Looks like Emilio Torres. But looks like there's another whistle here.
Not sure what that is.
And
Delaying game. So
another 5 yards.
So second down, about 15.
Second and 15.
3 rides, back out to pass. Throws it up, nice ball.
Ooh.
Oh,
2 Bartlett guys, 1 Southbridge
Wow.
guy. Ball in the
jumped
air,
down there. He
no
tipped it up, but
touchdown.
he couldn't get it. But
Yeah, double coverage. It's a tough target to get to. Made a nice effort, but incomplete pass.
she's going to bring up about a 3rd and 15. Closing minutes of this game here at Harry J. McMahon Field with a great crowd out here to watch this game tonight.
Yeah, despite the score and not being a big action-packed sort of game, we've had a little bit of trouble in that regard, but the crowd has stuck it out despite the fact that it's, a solid 33 degrees.
Incomplete pass to the flat, the 13. So I hear the band still playing out there too, I think, and the cheerleaders, and great participation of all alumni here tonight, and got a couple alumni up here in the booth helping out, and one up doing the cameras, Mike Montini. We got to thank him for putting this together for us to do this broadcast, and he's going to do some editing. And Doug Lazo on the house announcer. Up the middle. So he's going to be caught, and Bartlett will take over on downs, trying to get into it with a couple minutes left here. And they got to put up a long pass or something, Sean. They got to get some protection there in the backfield so they can get something long and see if they can sneak a receiver down the sideline to get a quick score, and then hold Southbridge again. It's.
Yeah, they definitely need something to break through. Granted, things are different between flag and tackle football, but Bartlett is definitely another one of those teams that traditionally is very run heavy. And so I don't know if that plays a factor in what we've got here at the moment in terms of that score.
So, as was said last night at the Lions Club meeting, victory makes that turkey taste so much sweeter on Thanksgiving. So, see if Southbridge can hold on here. And they do. Good defense, sack.
Like Ben
and that's
Lazo
gonna be
again.
Ben Lazo. So he's had quite the defensive game. Tough call defensively. We've had a couple good standouts on defense and offensively too. So it'll be interesting to see whoever the voters are for the MVP, who gets this evening. But it's been a great game. So Bartlett with the ball on a 2nd and about 14 from their own 20-yard line about. And they really need to get a long pass here. Pushing back. Southbridge doing a good job. Scrambles out. No pass. Oh, it's almost picked off by number 10. Wow.
Yeah, Eli Perez almost pulled that one away, and if he did, he would have had a seam to just run right down the field, and he would have been in.
Played that well, so.
Nice play by Eli
It's going to
Perez.
be a 3rd down and about 13, 14 yards from their 20-yard line, 21-yard line. Southbridge still playing to the end, playing to that final horn. So Bartlett needing to convert this third down, keep this drive going to try to close the score in the closing minutes here. Lazo in quick, good offensive line play. Although it collapses there, and they got another sack there by...
Looks like Xavier. Yep.
yeah.
Looks like Xavier Miranda with that one.
Wow.
Or Xavier Rosario, sorry.
51,
Yeah.
X-Men.
So, again, that Southbridge defensive line making that push, making that quarterback step up, trying to throw a long pass and another sack. So this is really going to be it. This is a fourth down play in about 14 yards, and they need to convert.
Yeah, that's been the problem for the Bartlett offensively, has just been that Southbridge line just keeps crashing through.
It's big play here, defense. Southbridge only rushing one. Lazo was in. It is a pass, deep pass. Oh! So just off the fingertips of Bartlett, almost picked off by Southbridge. So,
Great play by all the players.
I mean, that was a good pass there, but just falls incomplete there. And you saw they were trying to push it down their field, so Southbridge will take over. Very little time left here in the game.
And with any luck, this is for the Southbridge fans anyways, a harbinger of what will happen for tomorrow as these two teams, the actual high school teams, square off over in Webster. Both teams looking for their first win of the year. And only one of them is going to get that, obviously. So
And
the folks here hoping that'll be the red team.
Yeah, and I did see some of the Southbridge players out here tonight getting ready for tomorrow's game, and hopefully they see the tradition that they have here and the pride that Pioneer pride that is instilled by these players and playing right to this game and taking it as serious as they did when they played in the high school days.
Absolutely, and I think that helps to speak volumes, especially when you see some of the same names and faces that are here all the time, and you think about, just seeing the Sabanellis there and how seriously they take it with the MVP award, and how much that means to them.
Ball intended for Garrett Lazo.
So second down and 10 from the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. Not sure how much time is left because we don't have a clock band, but no change in score here, Sean. There's been no scoring here in the second half.
No, 13-0 at the half, and 13-0 as our game slowly winds to its end.
Oh, a little pass out to the side to number 22, and he stopped, but I'm not sure who 22 is.
I think that would be Alex Torres, I believe.
Number 22?
Yeah, Alex Torres, number 22, class of 2020.
Yeah, it could be also Jody Garcia, too, because it didn't look like a Torres, so because we had two 22s. So.
Yeah, 222s, although Alex was in there quite a bit in the first half. And I can see him out there now. He's actually one of the few guys wearing a mask at the moment.
So he drops back. He's got some
looking downfield, still running.
McNeil.
And he gets, he fumbles the ball.
So out of bounds there.
It'll depend, yeah. It looked like he went out just ahead of the first down. Looked like he went
that's
out.
it. The game is in. That's it. So.
Come on, fans, let's give all the alumni.
So the inaugural Southbridge High School versus Bartlett High School Indians. Southbridge Pioneers versus the Bartlett Indians. Alumni game 2021. The trophy's going to stay here in Southbridge, Sean.
Yeah, at least with this one, and hopefully that'll be the case again tomorrow with the actual game. But for this first go of this under 30 game, it is a win for Southbridge, 13-0. Both teams lining up on the field and congratulating one another. So a really nice job by both teams coming out tonight, putting this together. The cheerleaders, the band, everybody that's worked to make this happen tonight.
Yeah, and a door opened as somebody walked out of here out of the press box, and you could hear the band playing Little Giant, the familiar song for every touchdown and win for Southbridge High School. So Yep. So, yep. Good game by Southbridge. 13-0 score here at the field on a cold night. So good to see the sportsmanship at midfield. We did have that one little scuffle, but quickly
run
resolved. And from there it was nothing but clean football, and we expect that at the Bartlett Southbridge rivalry. So as you say.
Yeah, and you even had the cheerleaders going out onto the field in terms of just congratulating one another and everything to that effect. And so now they're going to be giving away our MVP award, which has been named after Marcos Rios in his honor. And it looks like, from all indications, if it's not unanimous, it's pretty close to it. But it looks like it's going to end up being Tyler Ramsey, who was our quarterback for most of this game. Again, one of the oldest guys in this game. And it looks like he will be the one coming away with that hardware.
Yeah. So, again, kudos to Garrett Lazo for having this idea about having a football game, an alumni football game, reaching out to Bartlett to get some of their alumni to play, and then coordinating with the Southbridge Public Schools, the town of Southbridge, and all the officials to make this happen. You know, I did sit in on some of those meetings, and through the town manager and the school receiver, Jeff Villar and Michael McCall, they said tradition takes precedent, and whatever they could do to help out with this, they would do. And so for a community event, and you saw the community come out tonight for this football game, which was a great thing, especially how hard this last year has been as we continue with the fight against COVID, and so to have people out there. So the teams are at the field. I think we're going to have a presentation of the trophy.
Yeah, it looks like Sean Demers, who's certainly another one of these guys who played Southbridge High football and is well known, and the family's well known. And if I recall, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Sean played with Marcos as well. So it looks like he'll be the one actually handing off the trophy here. But both teams, both Bartlett and Southbridge, the cheerleaders, they're all out there at the 50-yard line in the middle of the field for this.
Yep, and it's great to see everybody out there together. Both teams, Southbridge, Bartlett, standing together night before their Thanksgiving game. Looks like Coach Torres is giving them some words of thanks for coming out, I would imagine. A lot of cheering, a lot of clapping by Bartlett, too. So
yeah, you see a lot of smiles on the field, too, from both sides, which is nice to see, especially after such a hard-fought effort.
And, yeah, look at that. Bartlett, Southbridge hugging each other. You don't see that too often. And Garrett addressed some people there. And, again, these guys, I think, when their high school days are over and the Thanksgiving game is completed, that's usually their last game. So to be able to come out on the field with a group of guys, and even if it's flag football, you're actually out with a team and having some fun, means something to them.
And those competitive juices flow all the same. And so that part doesn't change one bit, whether you are wearing pads or not.
Are you guys ready for the MVP announcement?
So it looks like our house announcer is going to announce the MVP for today. So the MVP, Sean?
MVP is Tyler Ramsey.
So Tyler Ramsey winning earning the MVP, because he did earn it out there on the field tonight.
Yeah, he really did. He was impressive considering, it's been a long time since he was on the gridiron, and he showed a lot of speed. He showed a lot of awareness and football IQ. He showed just a strong arm, both in terms of distance, velocity. They were straight throws, true throws. He played it. He looks like he's been under center pretty consistently for quite a while here. It doesn't look like somebody who's been off for 10 years.
Right, absolutely, and to win it on this field means everything. So, in closing, Southbridge Pioneer alumni 13, Bartlett Indians alumni 0. Shout out by Southbridge here at Harry J. McMahon Field. on a nice chilly night, the night before Thanksgiving. And again, Sean, before we leave, thank all those sponsors, Scott Lazo, Elm Center, LeBank's Oil, also the Globe Sign who made the shirts tonight, and the Trophy by All-Star Trophy. So bringing them here tonight, and also other sponsors, DePietro Masonry, Dow's Automotive, Iozo Carpets, Alexander's Golden Greek Restaurant, and Chi-Chi Wow, not sure what that is. And again, game being played, the MVB trophy in love and memory of Marcus Rios, who recently passed this past week. Longtime Southbridge pioneer, stellar of the community. So the MVP and their trophy, and also in some memorials for other past people that were important to the program, or players, Chad Lazo, Jamie Ortiz, and of course Garrett's mom, Michelle. So thoughts out to all of those families as well at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially this time of year. Obviously with COVID, there are countless families locally and not so locally that are having an empty spot at the table that is unfortunate, and but certainly for these guys, those are some of the names that were real heavyweights within Southbridge and Southbridge football or Southbridge schools, and so those losses are certainly felt throughout the community and continue to be felt. But overall, the thing that these guys are going to be walking away from tonight is, or in some cases, limping away. I'm sure, because
Yeah,
I'm
be
sure
some sore bodies tomorrow.
there are going to be some sore bodies tomorrow, and I'm sure that with this cold weather, that there's going to be some of these guys who are going to drive home, and when they actually try to get out of their car, just pulling into their driveway or parking on the street, that they're going to find those legs or that back has tightened up and stiffened up, and so that's part of that ritual they're going to have to get used to as they're getting older, since they're still under 30, these guys, but boy, it's amazing how quick that can change.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to sit there going, what was I thinking? And also, we're going to thank Mike Martini for asking us to come in and being part of this broadcast. He's going to edit it and put it together, and so we thank him and everybody here in Southbridge that made this happen. And Sean, it's been a lot of fun working with you again. We haven't done it in a number of years, so it's been fun being here tonight with you.
Yeah, same for you, Jack. It's always nice to be able to reconnect, and especially for something like this, such a good cause, and something so meaningful for the community, especially in these times.
Yep, so with that, we're going to call it good night. Jack Jovian, Sean Moriarty. Again, Southbridge Pioneers, Alumni 13, Bartlett Indians Alumni 0 here on the first alumni game in the year of 2021. So thank you, Garrett Lazo, for putting this together. We look forward to being back next year. I hope you join me next year, Sean, if we're so asked to do it, and it'll be a lot of fun. And to you and your family, happy Thanksgiving, and to all in Southbridge and Webster, happy Thanksgiving.